Blackstone co-founder Stephen Schwarzman launching a $300 million scholarship program in China. It is the single largest philanthropic gift in China's history, coming from foreign donors. People are comparing it to the Rhodes Scholarship.
Dear scholars, congratulations.
My warmest congratulations.
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 Schwarzman Scholars.
Of the Schwarzman Scholars.
Schwarzman Scholars program.
Schwarzman Scholars.
Schwarzman Scholars.
So Schwarzman for me is not just a master's degree. I think a lot of the graduate scholarships, that's how they're marketed, an opportunity to study something professionally in another country, but this is like, that's almost like the plus that you get in addition. Really what the program for me offers is the leadership development, the opportunity to study with 140, maybe next year 150 other leaders, people that quite literally say, I want to run for public office one day, I want to be an economic leader one day. People that want to make change in the world, in their own countries, in their own ways, and the opportunity to learn from current leaders.
I think being uncomfortable is something I've always sought in everything I do. It's never easy. I think it's forced me to look intrinsically at how I handle myself in different situations, how to be resilient, how to be flexible. It's not easy. It takes an outlook to look at things, look at challenges as exciting rather than setbacks. And I think this program takes a bunch of people that have been largely successful in everything that they've done so far and puts them in a situation, a culture, a country, a group of people that is inherently uncomfortable. And it forces them to step outside that comfort zone, learn those new things, have those difficult conversations, learn from those diverse perspectives, and be resilient. Not everything's going to be easy.
I would definitely echo that as well. Definitely other programs are more focused on going to a university for the graduate program itself, and this is very much more a leadership development program. It's also a great chance for someone like myself who doesn't necessarily know what I want to do the next step out, to gain exposure and to also gain access to these leaders, both for the next generation, as Amy was saying, but also current leaders. And I think they do a really good job of trying to foster a community.
Hi everyone, my name is Riyanka Ganguly. I'm going to be a senior in high school next year, and today I'm simply here to speak to you all.
Honestly, I still struggle with imposter syndrome. And I believe it's because as a leader, I've really been taught, especially as a woman, to focus on style and focus on how I am interacting with others and how others perceive me. And while I do have strengths in that, and there's so much strength in having good style as a leader, especially in terms of inspiring leadership in others and bringing people together, it's ironic because so much of my leadership has been focused on inspiring leadership in others, especially younger women, and telling them to believe in themselves, yet here I am not believing in myself. And that's because I've focused so much on style that at a certain point I stopped believing in my ability to be substantively a leader as well. And that's what I really want to work on this next year, really focusing on believing in myself and surrounding myself with leaders that help build me up and help me see other ways to be a leader.
So I think I want to highlight something a bit different. The fact that, well, I didn't know that I was interested in China going in, and this was one of several programs that I applied to. But now that I've gotten this one, I'm gonna devote much of my year there, and I think much of my experience, to truly immersing myself in China. And specifically since I'm interested in politics and Chinese politics, how the political system of the country works, how leaders think, and what kind of different political culture they have there. So for me, the fact that it's in China is a really big draw. And you can compile a group of elite scholars from all across the world anywhere, and of course that has some interest in and of itself. But for me, the fact that it's in Beijing, which is going to be one of the great global centers of the 21st century, in a country that is at once rising and developing economically, but also kind of challenging global norms and also kind of having this unique role in the international arena, is something that I'm going to benefit a lot from being there and being kind of connected into those circles, which Schwarzman does the best of, I think, any program in China.
I think the inherent contradiction within leadership is something that I have indeed personally struggled with. Because in a way, I think my personality is such that I tend to be carried away and swept up by the inherent competition to attain the leadership role. It's something that I kind of feel invigorated by, and that sense of competition is almost fulfilling and rewarding in itself, getting to that position. It's something that I feel energized by. But on the other hand, the kind of element in which I think I need to grow in this respect is that I need to remember that attaining that leadership role is part of a broader story. And once I do attain it, if I do attain it, it needs to then serve a higher purpose. It needs to then kind of transition into a state of collaboration where, for my role as leader, I adopt strategies and approaches that are very different from what it took to get there.